Dear comrades, today I am going to discuss about the medical insurance scheme. It has got a long history also. It is a demand. Actually, the Fifth Central Pay Commission had recommended that there shall be a medical insurance scheme, especially for the pensioners living in non-CGHS areas. The Fifth Pay Commission's recommendations were implemented from 1/1/96. Today, after the Seventh Pay Commission's implementation, we are living in the year 2021. But for the past 25 years, no scheme of medical insurance had been implemented by the Government of India. You can imagine the plight of pensioners living in non-CGHS areas, how suffered they would have to get admitted or reimbursed or in a position to go to a hospital recognized by the government. There is absolutely nothing. The pensioners living in non-CGHS areas are discriminated against the employees also. At least the employees have got the benefit of reimbursement under ROHSC 1944. But pensioners don't have that facility also. Even to a question raised in the parliament, the government had answered that there are many facilities for the pensioners, but ROHSC is not for pensioners. Therefore, the pensioners living in non-CGHS areas always faced a serious problem whenever they have to admit in a hospital and get hospitalization treatment for any major diseases. This is the important problem behind which we are going to discuss this particular aspect. Comrade, after the Fifth Pay Commission had recommended, the government was toying with the idea of introducing a medical insurance scheme. Because it was toying with that idea, all the facilities and expansion ideas of CGHS was totally stopped. The CGHS was never allowed to expand anything. The services of CGHS was blocked. So even the CGHS pensioners started feeling the difficulties because of these ideas of the government. Then came the Sixth Pay Commission, then came the Seventh Pay Commission. But even today, there is no scheme for medical insurance under central government system. What is the major advantage and disadvantage of medical insurance system? Actually, we, the NCCPA, we were not for any medical insurance system. We were totally opposed to any kind of medical insurance. Mainly because the medical insurance used to help only the private players who were dominating in the field of medical insurance. The connivance of the medical hospitals and the insurance will only help the insurance companies and definitely not the pensioners. So we were totally opposed to that. But the reality is that there is a vast area of non-CGHS. Even you can go to the northeastern states where big revenue states do not have even a single wellness center under CGHS. They have to travel more than 1,000 kilometers in order to reach the CGHS city called the Guwahati and take treatment from the wellness center situated in the city of Guwahati. But even then, the PNT pensioners were for a long time not allowed to go and enroll themselves under CGHS and travel to CGHS cities and take the treatment. This is because of two prohibitory orders from the Ministry of Health. They have prohibited the PNT pensioners to join the CGHS unless they were subscribers to the CGHS while in service. So the entire non-CGHS area, which is the majority area in our country, are prohibited from joining the CGHS. But other pensioners from other departments were allowed to join CGHS. Only the PNT pensioners were prohibited under the pretext that there is a PNT dispensary in functioning. PNT dispensaries were functioning only in selective cities, but in the name of PNT dispensaries, the PNT pensioners were not allowed to join CGHS. But after our effective representations through the 7th Pay Commission, and because of a court case in Kerala, the government came down and implemented that PNT pensioners also can join CGHS if they live in non-CGHS areas. But the problem continues. We cannot travel 1,000 kilometers to reach the CGHS city. All the private empaneled hospitals are only in the CGHS wellness cities. We have to travel all the distance if I am living in a non-CGHS area. Therefore, there is no remedy available to all the pensioners. So we are in a difficulty. Even the CGHS pensioners feel the problem after going to the referral hospital. They find that they are not admitted for lack of beds in that hospital. So they were rejected. They have to search for a hospital where they will be treated in an emergency. So when this is the condition of CGHS pensioners, what about the non-CGHS pensioners? But the railway unions, they feel differently. There was an indication earlier by the Government of India that they have appointed a board for considering the medical insurance system for railway employees in addition to the railway hospital system. But actually, the railway unions are opposed to that because of two reasons. Number one, the railway hospitals are more in number. They are situated in all major cities. And secondly, whenever a person, railway employee retired, has to go to that hospital, he is given a free pass along with an attendant to go with him. Therefore, these facilities are available to railway pensioners, but not to the pensioners of PNT. We have to spend from our own pocket. We cannot take an attendant. The attendant expenditure is also borne by the pensioner. So there is a difference between railways and other departments. So while the railway pensioners, the offer of the government for medical insurance system was opposed by the railway unions, we, the pensioners, had made a change in our approach. Instead of total opposition to any kind of medical insurance system, we started welcoming that medical insurance system may be a boon to the pensioners living in non-CGHS areas because of these problems. So we said, all right, you bring the system. But unfortunately, even after 25 years, there is no progress in forming the medical insurance system for the pensioners living in non-CGHS areas. Of course, there are problems connected with the medical insurance system. All is not rose everywhere. There are many problems, many advantages and disadvantages. Both are there in the medical insurance system. The advantage is that we have a peace of mind. We are protected financially. At the fag end of our life, all the savings, whatever left, will not be drained because we have to pay for our medical expenditure if we have a medical insurance system. But there are add-on systems also. For chronic diseases, there are medical insurance allowed also. But the problem is that the medical insurance companies do not accept any pre-existing diseases to be treated immediately, but for a waiting time of 2 years, waiting time of 3 years, that we have to wait, and then only the pre-existing diseases can be treated by the hospitals with the help of the medical insurance card. Therefore, comrades, the central government has to talk to the medical companies, medical insurance companies, and they have to include all the pre-existing diseases of the pensioners also to be treated immediately if they are to be admitted in a hospital. So the NCCPA, after a long discussion, had decided that we will demand medical insurance system, that at least it should be covered for 15 lakhs of rupees. And we are ready to pay out of our fixed medical allowance, given 1,000 rupees per month, we are ready to pay 75% of that money. So in a year we get 12,000 rupees. Out of 12,000, 75%, namely 9,000 rupees, we are ready to pay towards medical insurance system. Take this 9,000 rupees and the government should offer on their part, they should also offer additional quantum, because even in CGHS or any hospital, there is a system of government spending on behalf of the beneficiaries. That system is there. Therefore, under medical insurance system also, the government has to make its own contribution in addition to the 9,000 rupees paid by the pensioners living in non-CGHS areas and who are taking the FMA. We have calculated that at least 20 lakhs of the pensioners living in non-CGHS areas will join this particular medical insurance system. And together with the family members, at least to 40 lakhs, they will be covered, they should be covered by the medical insurance system. If 9,000 rupees is deposited by every pensioner and equal amount is contributed by the government, then not less than 1,800 crores will be collected by the medical insurance company. With this money, they can treat the pensioners living in non-CGHS areas, but unfortunately, this is only a talking point and the government is not coming forward to implement any system of medical insurance. Even in SCOVA, the body where the pensioners' representatives and the government are sitting and discussing, even in SCOVA, this is under discussion for a long time. We can go into the SCOVA minutes, 2015, 2019, different years, different meetings in SCOVA. This issue of medical insurance was of course discussed. Every time the reply was that the final memo is under preparation. We are discussing with the nodal ministry. We will consult other ministry. The final memo is already prepared and they have asked some queries and the queries are also replied. Now the final reply is also given and the government will give its permission. So like that, for years together, in SCOVA also, in every meeting, the government is trying to answer this particular issue, but no medical insurance is coming forward. So naturally, medical insurance system must be there. It should cater to the medical requirements of the pensioners living in non-CGHS areas, and unless there is a system of medical insurance, definitely the pensioners who are above 60 years, they cannot cope up with the requirement of medical needs. They will be in difficulties, and therefore it is the responsibility of the state, it is the responsibility of the government to ensure that all pensioners, all senior citizens are given a proper medical care by any system, including the medical insurance system, and that is why we demand medical insurance should be implemented to all pensioners immediately, and there should be no more taking time by the government. It has to talk to any of the medical insurance companies and they should come forward to implement the scheme. It is the responsibility of the government to see that a proper medical insurance system which cater to the medical needs of the families of the non-CGHS pensioners must be in place. Thank you, comrades.